Hi, my name's Heather Ann Bozeman, and this is my new media journalism Master of Arts journey. So, the first class was mastery, and the goals I really looked at were updating my LinkedIn profile, following influencers, and then really this article about personalizing the news really spoke to me, and I went for that as far as how I grew in this particular class. New media and communications is the first class. Some of my goals are to become an effective communicator, to use technology techniques, and I want to use the YouTube tutorials for that, and then some storytelling platforms, which I really started doing some research, and I included the article here. Writing for interactive media is the next class. My goals are to learn about story structures, engage in the habit of thinking comprehensively. I actually looked up comprehensive, and it means to have a large scope, inclusive, covering and involving everything. So I'm really hoping that becomes more a part of my journalism in this journey. I also had some interesting research on learning more about identifying stories to tell. And I attached a Harvard Business Review article that talked about where to find story ideas and how to look into the stories. And I look forward to learning more about that. Legal aspects of media will be my next class. I am really curious about the First Amendment rights and the media law and where that future is going to take us. Also, the issues that will come up due to the expansion of digital media. Research and investigative skills and development, as far as investigative stories and how we're going to reimagine them as part of my goals in this course. Research ethic versus research theory is something that was presented from the course director, and really curious about learning more about that. And finally, credible sourcing. My instructor in Mastery talked a lot about Wikipedia and how easy it is to mess with that. And it really made me think about other things that are supposed credible sources and how we're going to determine that in this new digital age. Multimedia development and editing is the next class. My goals are to have some best practices in management, visual communication and management, and converged environments in the multimedia environment. This class, I'm really looking forward to honing in my editing skills through some tutorials and my own adventures in my Adobe editing skills. Digital news production kind of dovetails for me onto the editing class. I'm interested in theories, techniques, and skills for the online newsroom, online journalism, and holistically approaching things. And then the journalistic content across several integrated platforms. There's a couple of LinkedIn tutorials on that as well. The multimedia reporting I'm really looking forward to. My goals with this course are to access, transfer, and process electronic information. I was really looking into the LinkedIn tutorials again on the on-camera presentation. Obviously, I need a little work there. And then the visual tutorials, the visual storytelling tutorials on LinkedIn. Also really interested and have some goals on becoming a more concise storyteller and really growing the craft there. Social media and online community engagement is really exciting for me to look into. Some of the points that were made by the director and in the course model were outside of professional journalism and how social technology is shaping the industry. I found a really cool Sage Journal publication that I'm interested in delving into during this course. The theory of virtual communities. There's some really interesting LinkedIn tutorials and knowledge bases on how that all works and creating communities in the LinkedIn environment. Very interested in that and have it as one of my goals. Leveraging the social media for ideas and promotion. I found a lot of articles in this engagement and online community aspect that I really am looking forward to learning more about. The public relations and reputation management, the goals I have there are to learn more about news gathering versus content creation, the media industry landscape. I found a cool interview on Deloitte, their CEO, and how he sees streaming taking things over, and this interesting interview about the streaming wars. Audience and personal messaging. The TOE Center, I'm not sure if it's TOW or TOE, but the TOE Center for Journalism out of Columbia has a lot of articles about finding and defining your audience, and I really got into some research on that. New media, publishing and distribution, the economics of journalism, how to marry journalism fundamentals with technology. Really cool Cosmos journal article on that, taking the fundamentals from the print journalism and moving them into this new media aspect. And a goal I really have is to learn more about newsroom organization and who fulfills what roles. And I found a couple of cool articles on that as well. And now the capstone project. I have to figure out the single subject I want to do this on. And I think I need to do that quickly so I can start gathering the data as I progress through and I'm learning these new tools. Kind of want to focus on my Media Academy. I think that will be interesting. And also very interesting that I'm a teacher in this 2020 going back to school and the new normal, and kind of delving into using the text, photos, video, and graphics to like gain momentum through the year on how it's going to change and evolve. And I think that's going to be my thesis and the in-depth exploration of telling that story kind of as I'm living it. So the industry leaders I picked, you see the 6 I chose here, kind of some conservative news leaders that I really appreciate how they tell stories. The clubs and organizations, being on LinkedIn was really interesting to be able to start becoming part of this community and look into the different communities I'm already a part of and how that can unfold for storytelling for me. Love this school. I really enjoy being at Full Sail, and the couple of organizations I saw myself being able to be in are listed here. Of course, as a veteran, want to be part of that student union, and then looking into the different podcast networks and the Women in Film and Television organization. I look forward to joining them. My PLN, the Heroes and Innovators, Duante Incorporated, I hope I'm saying that correctly, is an organization out of San Francisco that is leading edge on technology reporting. I love the Daily Wire and Ben Shapiro and his crew. Peter McKinnon is just a phenomenal YouTube sensation. He actually won a Shorty Award, but I use him a ton. I love the way he simply looks at editing and storytelling, and he's just a visual master. The High Five Agency is my dream editing and professional network there. And then a really cool people that I came on taking this mastery course was the Women Veteran Speakers Organization. And I'm hoping in the next year or so to join their network. So when I'm looking at a mentor, I want like those coaching qualities, where they push you to the limits and they're tough on you, but you know that they want your success. I'd like them to be current, a trustworthy person that I can kind of tell my frustrations and vent to, and who's had kind of a non-traditional route like I have, and then definitely someone with some enthusiasm. And I found an article about mentorship that really kind of helped me hone in on these particular qualities. And I have a snapshot of my year here. I kind of made a timeline, and I also posted on my website. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Here are my references. It's really been a fast-paced, fabulous Learn a Lot month, and I thank you for watching.